Hi, this is Donna from Clever Crafting. Thanks for joining me today. So what I'm showing you here is a little card maker's kit. These are kits that we use to run classes for a 6-week period. So there is a paper pack in there with enough paper, cardstock and card bases for each of the classes. We do one a week, as I said, for 6 weeks. And then this is the rest of the card maker's kit that comes with tools and little bits and pieces. So you can see it's got some greetings in there. That's a die, a sticky mat. It's got stencils in there, some ribbon, some ephemera, some acrylic dots. It's got quite a few bits and pieces in it. So what we're doing with this new series is showing you a way to use some of the extra pieces. So you will have extra paper left over from this kit, but you do not need to have this kit to do any of these, because you can do this simply out of your stash and what you've got. So the PDF that I've got for these actually are actual sizes. So this page, the first page, is the cutting guide and the sketch, and the second page is the materials list and a picture of the card. So let's get underway. I've just got a 6x6 piece of paper here, and I am going to cut it out following the guide. So the first part says to cut it at 7.5 centimeters, which is 3 inches. So whether you're in inches or centimeters, it does have it on the cutting guide. So I'm just popping that in my Tim Holtz cutter. The next part of it, I've got to cut at 5.5 centimeters or 2.25 inches. So once again, that measurement is in there, and I'm just going to cut that off. And you can see that when I do this, I will have enough to make 2 cards. Easy. So a nice simple cut for the first one that we're making here. You can see that on the sketch, I've got that big black border, which is a matte layer. You don't have to have the matte layer. I have just used scraps from my stash. So I have all my scraps sorted in color, and I have found some that was suitable to use as a matte. So that part's not from the kit at all, the matte part. So you can use whatever you've got. Okay. So that's a card base, and once again, these are all of the measurements of everything that you need. It's a full materials list to make this card, and I will have a link to this free PDF down the bottom. The other thing that we've got here is the greetings card. Now this is also a free download. You can see that I've used that on this card, and I've cut a whole pile out here as well. So this is a free download for you. Everyone can grab a hold of this as well. You'll be able to use it for your Valentine's cards this year. For those of you that know me and in our group, you would probably have or be aware of the various greetings label die set. And all of these greetings can be cut out using that set. Of course, you don't need that set. You can just cut them out with any circles or shapes you've got. All right, let's get into making this card. So first thing is that you can see that I'm now doing this in a landscape way rather than a portrait one, which is what the first one. So these sketches are versatile, and please feel free to move them around as you like. I am this time going to put the larger piece, I'm going to make it as plain, and then the smaller piece as the patterned paper. So once again, same sketch, but I've just changed it up a little bit. And just to reaffirm that all of these pieces are actual sizes on the PDF. So I am just going to look for a greeting that I want to use. I like to put my greetings and my ephemera, in this case at least, on the plain piece, so it really shows up the patterned paper. All right, so that's what I'm going to use. Beautiful. So first things first, we're going to pop some glue on this piece. Oh, this tray, by the way, I get those a set of 6. They're called jigsaw sorters from Kmart. They're as cheap as chips. So thank you, Marion, my friend Marion, who introduced me to that. So of course, while I got distracted with that, I ended up putting the glue on the wrong side. And you can see me having a little tantrum there about it. Okay, so change of plan. We are now going to have the big one with the pattern side up. It's all good. Not a problem at all. And we're going to make the other one with the pink side up. So this particular paper that's in this kit, by the way, is double-sided. It's plain color on one side and it's patterned on the other, which makes it really versatile. And of course they match, they pair really well together, which is great. So I'm just going to see now where I'm going to pop my greeting and my butterfly. That all fits on the small piece fine. Happy days, let's glue this together. So I'm going to pop the glue on the pattern side of the paper, and we're going to stick that down onto the green mat. Now that border that I've got all around it, I've got all of the sizes on the materials list to include that matte layer, but it's about a 1/2 centimetre overall bigger than the original cut, or like 1/4 inch bigger. It gives us that nice size border. Now I'm concerned that this isn't quite level, so what I'm going to do is use some faux foam tape. I'm going to grab, this is just a scrap piece of cardstock that I happen to have on my desk really, and I am going to double it up to make it the same height as the first matte layer that I've got on the card, and I am going to pop that in so that will be nice and even. You can see there, you know, the 2 layers. Just give it a little bit of height, and I want my top piece to be nice and flat. So I'm going to glue that cardstock on the back just on one side because I don't need it on the other side, obviously. Pop some glue on the large mat and stick it down. You really don't need that much glue. Clearly, I just love to add glue. Anyway, that's fine. And some glue on the top mat that's going on there as well. You can see this is a really simple design. In making this card, this video today, it took me like 13.5 minutes from beginning to end. I've sped up some of this, and I've cut out tiny little bits to make it under the 10 minutes, but yeah. All right, you can see here I've just played around a little bit, decided that it was a great idea to put the greeting more to the center, and this time my faux foam tape is going to be made out of an old cereal box. It's a bit thicker than the other cardstock that I used, so it's going to pop my greeting up a little bit higher. So I'm just going to glue 2 pieces of that together. You could use 3 pieces or 4 pieces or whatever you wanted. And then I'm going to stick that on the back of my greeting, and then I will stick my greeting and my butterfly down on my card. Cut that out because I figured you'd know how to do it. To finish off the card now, I am just going to add some enamel dots that once again were in the kit, but you could use Nuvo drops if you've got them in your stash, or any other bits of bling that you may have, or you may have enamel dots that would suit. So you can use anything. I like to add them in 3. Anyway, that's that nice simple design today. So I hope you've enjoyed it and you've learned something, and you download the things and give it a go. It would be great for our channel if you haven't subscribed already. If you do subscribe, or you may be able to share it with some of your friends as well. Once again, thank you so much for joining me today, and stay safe and happy crafting.